Hi, welcome. Happy Friday. It's Friday afternoon on March 7th, and I was thinking a lot about a lot of things, but different energies and the when you like this morning I was weird. I wasn't like my normal calm, chill, smooth flowing self. I'm not always like that, but I definitely felt different, and I was like, what is this? I'm like kind of like not aggressive, but just sort of like like when I moved through opening my studio this morning, turn on lights, putting like I had to clean, and all my movements were just kind of like forceful versus like, okay, just go with the flow. And I was like, what is that? They were like determined, confident, focused, not aggressive, that's not the right word, but just different, like a more forceful energy than I'm used to. And this has happened enough now where I finally stopped and reflected, like, what is that when my energy is different when I'm going into my studio in the morning to set up? It seems to be, and this is kind of funny, it seems to be like what's happened is when I have a client, like my first client of the day, it seems to be like the energy coming toward me is what my energy is reacting to or adapting to or adopting a similar energy. And so it happened again today. I had a lovely new client come in, and her energy was different than my energy. And I feel like there were similarities in the way I was moving this morning to her energy. And that's happened so many times that I'm like, okay, what is this? And I feel like a lot of things. I feel like my body feels the broader energies coming in, and my body reacts before my mind understands it. And so I just wanted to do a little weekend reading to kind of understand what are the weekend energies coming toward us, and see if my body, like through intuition, maybe my intuition can tell me what my body's already been feeling. Makes sense? I don't know. I just thought that could be fun because, again, it keeps happening, and I'm like, I got to pay more attention to my body sensations in terms of energies coming in, because I think it could be really fascinating. Like, I mean, I felt, in hindsight, story time, I felt that a lot in my life, but I didn't have the context for it. Like, I'd enter a room before anybody got there, and I'd be like, oh, that's the kind of day it's going to be. This happened a lot in massage school. I was an early bird. Menopause, I'm later in life getting into this field of massage and body work and healing arts. And I couldn't stay up late. I'm like, I gotta go to sleep. But I would get up at like 4 a.m., do my studying, do my exercise, do all the things. And then I'd get to class first, or one of the first, usually first, and would sit there. And then immediately I would understand, like I would feel things in my body that were like, oh. And then I came to understand this seems to be what the day is going to be like. And it didn't really lead me astray. So like then people would start to arrive in the room, and there were 40 of us, so it was like, enough different energies. But when they kind of coalesce and like respond to each other, then I was like, yeah, that's the vibe I was feeling. And so I think it's just still happening, and I got to start paying attention to that. So anyway, let's get going. Do you feel that? Do you, and people say, oh, that's an empath thing. Well, okay, if you call yourself an empath, I just know that what people call empaths and some of the traits, and it's become this trend. So I'm like, I tend to like go against trends, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I guess we're all empathic. We're all empaths. It's a spectrum. I truly believe that. And so maybe some of us, our bodies pick up on, and I feel like that's an empath trait. The body sensations like people who call themselves empaths, I've read and heard and watched podcasts and all the things, like their minds, and I've seen in Facebook groups and whatnot that I'm in, even in the massage world, where a lot of empaths exist, people who are maybe on the higher end of the like feeling energies scale, that's what I'll call it, just can't make sense with their head, but they feel so much, and so they have this all kinds of dysfunctional coping mechanisms, and some functional. And so I've been on a mission to find the functional ones. And that means a lot of boundary work. I'm like, what's boundaries? I don't understand. Well, now I do, and now I have some. It's been a journey. And really just understanding that this too shall pass. And now I have an even greater context through this, like, usually it's like, oh, what's coming toward me? Understanding. So let me know if you feel that too. Like, does that play out in your lives? I'd be curious to see what interesting ways that's been revealed to you. So with this, I'd like to do like a weekend incoming energy reading. So let's just see what energies are coming at us collectively. And maybe there'll be some specifics as well for you and you and you and you separately. So thank you, Spirit, for that understanding and the messages you're sending through. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, the Chariot. Ooh, I like this. Page of Cups. So what we could do is, again, I did a little chat GPT thing of like, here's the type of reading I want to do. How could we do a simple one? And so the first card is Energy of the Weekend. Best way to flow with this energy. All of that. A message from the universe. So let's clarify these actually right away. Because I have my initial take. Like, okay, I'll give you my initial take. King of Pentacles. There's this energy of, I guess what I'm feeling is wanting to just relax into the comforts that we have around us. And I know that's a weekend thing that we like to do, but I'm definitely feeling it. I'm also feeling some kind of excitement with connecting with dear friends. And so there's this, and that could just be me personally, but there's this wanting to just bask in the comforts. Like, look at this king. I'll hold it up so you can see him better. He's in a nice cushy flowy robe gown, and he's got his eyes closed like he's really enjoying this. And even his crown is adorned. And he's in a garden. He's fully surrounded by his comforts of home, his castle. He's got his hand firmly planted on his pentacle, which is he's got strength and just contentedness in his material experience, his earthly realm, his home life. And so he's also really abundant. So I think he's also showing a lot of gratitude for what he has. He's taking a pause and saying, yeah, when I look around, the outside world is kind of chaotic, but my inside world is really peaceful. And I'm going to just cherish that this weekend. And so the best way to flow with this energy is the Chariot, which is literally the card of inspired momentum. So there's how can I align with or make the most of this energy? And there's something about taking the reins of this, meaning don't let this weekend slip by without feeling into this gratitude of what you do have. Because the next week is coming and the next week is coming, and there's more stuff happening in our external world that is confusing and disruptive, and it keeps us our systems dysregulated. And so this feels like a card of regulating our own systems and really taking ownership of that, having agency over your own body. Yeah. Yeah. Like, we have to focus on regulating ourselves first, right? Before we can have any impact in our surroundings. It's irresponsible to try to regulate other people before we regulate ourselves. Don't you feel that? It's literally irresponsible. Like, I'm a mess, but I'm going to try to make you not a mess. I'm going to tell you my opinions. But, like, we have to clean our mess, take care, like, have grace also for our mess. If we need to get inside of a comfy robe and go lay in our beds Friday night, do it so we can wake up refreshed and like nourished Saturday morning, ready to help the people around us in our homes. So there's this regulate yourself first before you even attempt to address the outside world. And this weekend is such a great time for that. It's also this an extra maybe need for this is, at least in the US, most parts of the US, daylight savings time begins. There's this like saving daylight energy of, we're going to spring ahead, which means we lose an hour. So making the most of this time that we have this weekend is usually felt right on this particular weekend. It's like everyone's like, oh, I'm going to lose an hour. Well, yeah, so let's make the most of what we do have and don't focus on the negative. Focus on our positive and have gratitude. So the Page of Cups, a message from the universe. What wisdom or insight should I carry with me? The Page of Cups has this playful energy of just enjoyment and satisfaction with, like, pages bring messages. So, which is funny that this is literally in the placement, a message from the universe. The message is to enjoy all that you have, all that you're showing gratitude of the heart from the heart of. And so there's intuition, there's cups are like emotions and heartfelt energies. And then there's this playfulness with this fish in the cup, which is abundance. Like, look around your house. We have enough. We don't need to go out and buy an extra thing of toilet paper or whatever. Talking with somebody about that this week. Like, we can just try to really use what we have, enjoy what we have, appreciate what we have. And then I just want to do an overall energy. And we have the Fool. I just love the Fool so much. And this is that, just enjoy. Don't worry about on Monday when we fall off this ledge into the week. Just enjoy. Be carefree. Be free-flowing. The Fool is a free-flowing individual. Carefree in the sense that they know the universe will catch them. They know that the universe has their back. They know that things will always work out because they are led by their joy of spirit. So that's the energy to kind of take into this weekend. What I'm going to do, let's go into the extended. We'll do a weekend extended because why not? And I really want to go deeper because this whole regulating ourselves first before the outside world has been a big theme coming in this week, and I've even had conversations about it. Just people are feeling it, and I'm not the one always bringing these conversations up, I promise. And even though I love to talk about this stuff, so what I'd like to do is go into an extended. I have a lot of things I'm curious about for the weekend, so follow me there with the link if you want. And otherwise, I think this was a great inspiration. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Spirit, for this message of appreciating what we have, regulating ourselves first. Like, I don't like to use the word control. Recognize your own agency for your own regulation. Agency means I have the power within me to take care of myself. I am a fully autonomous human being. Yeah, I rely on the support systems around me, but I can make my own decisions out of my own inner wisdom. I don't have to always ask other people what to do. So have agency over this weekend, and really just the universe is saying, just take some, like, feel the joy of just like looking around you in your home, in your environment, and saying, yeah, I do have a lot to be grateful for, and I have a lot to just, stay in on these last little bits of winter and enjoy my hobbies, enjoy a puzzle, enjoy a movie with a loved one, and just be together. There's togetherness. So that's all. Thank you. Bye.